Hey, boys and girls. I know it's been a while, and I know the last time that I read, I told you that I might be able to bring you along in the classroom, and that was certainly my plan. But then I got in there and I had to pack everything up. Nothing's on the floor in the classroom, everything had to be off the floor. So it took me a while, and then I just didn't have time to do it. And I thought it might make you a little sad because it made me very sad to see our classroom like that. But I am going to figure out a way for us to finish all of the Junie B. Jones books by the end of May. So I might be posting more than one video a day, just so we can finish just like we said that we would at the beginning of the school year. So today on this video, we are going to finish, let me make sure, yes, we're going to read 3 whole chapters today, and we are going to finish Junie B. First Grader Boo and I Mean It. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in so that we can get through all of this. All right, chapter 7. Dumb Cinderella. After we left grouchy Mrs. Morty's, we went to the rest of the houses on our street. I got raisins and a pencil and a box of trail mix. I said thank you to all of those people. This is the fibbingest day of my life, I told Mother. At the end of the block, we turned the corner. Then wowie, wow, wow! I saw 2 trick-or-treater girls coming my way. It was Cinderella and her fairy godmother. I just couldn't resist myself, I tell you. I made scary claws with my fingers, and I raised my arms in the air, and then I ran at those 2 like a whiz. Ah! Ah! I screeched. I'm Screamy the Clown! I'm Screamy the Clown! They stopped very fast and watched me with their eyes. I ran all around in a scary circle. Ah! 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 I screamed. Then finally I got dizzy and I stopped to take a breather. Then while I breathed, I made a scary clown face. Grrr, I said. Grrr, grrr, grrr. Cinderella looked at her fairy godmother. Do clowns say grrr? She asked. The fairy godmother shrugged her shoulders. What did she say her name was again? Cinderella thought for a second. Creamy? She said. I think she said Creamy the Clown. I stamped my foot. Not Creamy, Screamy. I hollered, I'm Screamy the Clown, and I can scare the pants off of you. Then I made more claws, and I jumped up and down very frightening. Boo! I shouted. Boo! And I mean it. They looked at each other and did more shrugs. Cinderella started walking away. It doesn't seem like they were very scared. Sorry, Creamy, but you're just not scary, she said. The fairy godmother nodded. You're making a fool out of yourself, sister, she said. Then she bonked me on the head with her wand, and she started walking, too. I stood there real glum. Pretty soon, Mother and Ollie caught up with me. Mother said I'm acting like a lunatic, and I have to stay with her and Ollie. Then she held my spindle so that I couldn't run away anymore. My shoulders slumped very much. Yeah, only why would I even run away again? I said, 'cause I can't scare a flea, I tell you. I glanced down at my big fat pants. I look like a clown in this get-up, I said, real embarrassed. I did not feel brave anymore. Finally, Mother let go of my spindles, and she held my hand. I walked real slow and nervous, and I looked for monsters in the dark. Also, I swatted at the air over my head, or else I might get a bat, or else a bat might land in my clown wig. Mother kept pulling me. Come on, Junie B, move your feet. Just then I heard voices behind me. I quick spun around and, oh no, oh no, oh no, it was a witch! A witch was behind me on the sidewalk, and she was walking like with a skeleton guy. I quick yanked my hand away from Mother, and I dived behind a bush. Scatter, people, scatter, I yelled. Junie B, come back, called Mother. My heart pounded and pounded, but I did not go back. Instead, I crouched into a teensy clown ball, and I peeked through the bush branches. The witch was wearing a pointy black witch hat and a long black witch dress. She passed Mother on the sidewalk. Hello, said Mother. Moo, said Ollie. The witch laughed at him. I think he means boo, she said to the skeleton. Then both of them laughed some more, and they kept on walking. I flopped on my back, very relieved. Phew, I said, that was a close one. Then I wiped my nervous head, and I tried to calm my breathing. Only too bad for me, because all of a sudden Mother came running around the bush, and she got me by the spinders again. And this time, she didn't let go. All right, chapter 8 is called Candy. Dear little candy wrapper that I'm writing on with my new pencil. Halloween was a very long night. After the witch, we saw 2 monsters and 3 more witches. Witches are big candy eaters, apparently. I hid behind Mother till they were gone. Ollie mooed at them. Cows are braver than they look. From Junie B., 1st grader. After I finished writing, I pulled off my clown nose and I did a breath of fresh air. I am glad that night is over, I said, real relieved. Then Grandpa Miller came in my room to say goodbye. He and Grandma were going to the airport to pick up Daddy from his business trip. Only bad news, because Daddy wouldn't be home until after I was asleep, so I wouldn't even see him till morning. I hugged Grandpa very tight, and I gave him my trail mix to eat in the car. Frank Miller will eat anything. Mother was giving Ollie a bath. I dumped my Halloween bag out on my bed, and I lined up my stuffed animals to see. Whoa, said my Raggedy Andy named Larry. You got 1,000,000 candy bars almost. Yes, said Raggedy Ann named Ruth. Too bad about the dumb apples and the raisins, but the rest of it looks good. I know, I said. Mother took Ollie and me on 4 entire streets. It was very scary, but I made a good haul. Philip looked at me kind of nervous. It was scary? He asked. How come it was scary? I thought you were being screamy. I sighed, very tired. Yeah, only nobody was afraid of Screamy, I said. Not even a fisherman or a dumb Cinderella or even a crazy old fairy godmother. After that, all of my stuffed animals hopped in my lap, and we did a group hug. Don't worry, said Philip Johnny Bob. You will be braver next year, I bet. I nodded. Yes, I said, next year I will be a cow. After that, I started to count my candy. Philip did a gasp. Peanuts? He said. Is that peanuts I see? I did a giggle. And then I opened the peanuts and I put one in Philip's trunk. It fell out again. Shoot. Excuse me, that was Philip. Shoot, said Philip. I tried 2 more times. Then I took him to my desk and I taped the peanut in there. He said, delicious. After that, I gave a peanut to Larry and Ruth and Teddy, and I ate the rest myself. Also, I ate a gummy worm, and I chewed my pack of sugarless gum. Oh, let me show you a picture. After a while, Mother called to me from Ollie's room. Junie B., did you wash your face and take off your costume yet? It's really late, honey. You've got to get to bed. I shut my door very quiet, because I was too sleepy to wash my face, that's why. I quick took off my clown pants, and I crawled under my covers. I'm already in bed, Mother, I called back. I yawned very sleepy. I'm going to sleep now, okay? See you in the morning. Then I turned out my light and I pulled the sheets way over my head so Mother wouldn't see that I didn't wash my face. My eyes felt heavy and pooped. I did another yawn. Then I went right to sleep and I dreamed I was a cow. Okay, this is the last chapter and it is my favorite chapter of the entire book. This is probably the funniest chapter. And it's called, chapter 9 is called Welcome Back. Okay? It's a short one. In the middle of my dream, I thought I heard my door open. I opened my sleepy eyes a teeny bit. Junie B., whispered a voice. It was still dark in my room. I rolled over to see who was talking. Then all of a sudden, the voice yelled real loud. Ah! It said. I sat straight up. My heart pounded and pounded. Someone was standing next to my bed. I squinted to see who it was. And guess what? I think it was my daddy. He was standing in the dark. And his hand was over his mouth. and he was looking at my scary clown face. "Daddy," I whispered, "is that you?" "Junie B, is that you?" Daddy whispered back. Then he turned on my light. "Oh my gosh," he said. "No wonder you startled me. You still have your makeup on." Just then, Mother came hurrying into my room. "Junie B. Jones, I told you to wash your clown makeup off," she said. "You could have scared your poor daddy to death." Daddy was patting his heart with his hand. "Sorry, Daddy. Sorry I scared you," I said. "Sorry, sorry, sorry." After that, I sat there for a second, and then my mouth did a little grin. "Did I really scare you, Daddy? Huh? Did I? You're not just saying that, are you? I really, really scared you, right?" Mother looked annoyed at me. "My goodness, Junie B, I've never seen anyone who is so thrilled about scaring people. It's not a very nice thing to do, you know." She quick grabbed a tissue and tried to wipe my clown face off. "Great," she said. "All this does is make you smudgy." "Great," I giggled at that funny word. And then I peeked around at Daddy. "Boo, I'm smudgy." I said, "I'm Smudgy the Clown." Daddy raised his eyebrows. "Oh, you are you?" he said. Then he quick plopped on my bed and we tickled each other very silly. After we got done, we hugged and hugged very much, 'cause I miss that guy, I tell ya. I showed Daddy all my Halloween stuff. If it wasn't for those dumb apples and raisins, I'd have 100% candy now, I explained. And so wait till you hear this. Daddy said that he would eat my raisins, and Mother said that she would eat my apples. And so now my candy is 100% perfect. Finally, Mother put all of my candy bars back in my bag, and she washed my face with a washcloth. Then she and Daddy tucked me back into bed, and they closed my door. Only here's the bestest thing of all, 'cause as soon as Mother was gone, Daddy quick opened my door again, and he whispered a quiet secret. "Psst," he said real soft. "You scared the pants off me, Junie B. Jones." I giggled at that nice compliment. Then I hugged Philip Johnny Bob real happy, and I smiled myself to sleep. So I thought that was funny. So she ended up scaring somebody. It just wasn't exactly how she thought it would be. So I am going to post another video after this one. I'm going to read a new Junie Jones book. And so you'll have to watch that video to see which one it is, the next one that we will read. I just wanted to touch base on the packets. So you should be finished. And if you are not, then you need to be finished by Friday, because Friday is when you're going to turn everything in, and then I'll get to look at it. So make sure if you're not finished with your packets that you're continuing to work, so that way you can get it all done by the due date. So make sure you like this video, and then make sure you watch the next one. Bye, friends.